Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Well, hi guys. It's been a fresh minute. As you will have all probably noticed, I've really been only really doing Star Trek Online for the last year or so, due to medical issues and unfortunately some tragedies in the family that I've been having to deal with. But as you've now noticed, in the last week or so, I've started putting out music that I've been generating using an AI. Now, normally I would commission artists on Fiverr, as I much prefer to pay actual artists, but once those artists I commission get a little bit famous, they start pricing me out of the budget. Now, I can't blame them for that, and I'm happy for them because that does mean they're getting successful and their work is getting out there, but it then means I have to find someone I can afford. So I've switched to using a music generation AI that I can control and see where we go with it. And as you guys have seen, some of the songs I've created / generated, and some of the artwork that I've also generated using Bing has been used to make the cover photos for those. So that will be something I do going forward, is sharing any creations I make. Primarily the reason I'm doing this is to use that music for lore videos and other such. So like, for example, with Let's Plays where I can't use the original music of the game. As you know, that is a problem. Speaking of which, the KOTOR Let's Play will be returning. I did have a massive problem with that, as some of you know, where I accidentally deleted the save game while I was switching to my new computer, because I'm an idiot apparently. But now we are at the point where that's ready to go, and I can put more time into doing that once again. So the mod list has changed, and there will be at some point an updated mod list. And a couple of things I'm thinking of doing, like I'm thinking of actually creating a Facebook profile with the Sal email, just to see where it goes. Because I've tried the page, and that kind of doesn't really get bored. I'd rather just have it as, you know, a social media thing instead of a social media public figure page. Because it's like, well, I'm not really going to post on that. So that doesn't really work. So I'll give that one some thought and we will get there. So, lore videos. They will be returning. As I mentioned, I've not really been able to put much of it into content over the last year or so. So those have been very sparse. But going forward, there shall be more Star Wars lore returning, more Trek lore, and I know some of you have been waiting ages for the Bear Killers video on the Emberverse. That is getting done. I swear. But it's getting done in parts. There'll be those of you who have read the Emberverse will know why later. And I may just do other random bits as well, like several D&D settings I'm working on. But you know, but we'll see. As some of you of the Stowe players know, I am starting to get towards the end of the current available content. We're currently on the Klingon Civil War. Some of you may have mentioned I accidentally muted myself. Me and Drake can continually hear each other, it's great, but on the OBS I have accidentally muted the mic because I was using it to capture some clips for some stuff, and I forgot to unmute the mic on there, so silly me, even I make mistakes, despite my background in tech. So, yeah, you will notice in the next episode where I've realised I'd muted my mic, because we've just recorded that. And then we've got the Terran Gambit, and then I believe Kings and Queens, which I think is going to be bringing back an old enemy but in a new form, so that'll be interesting. But again, so does the Terran Gambit, hence the name. But I do look forward to doing those story arcs, and then once that's done, I think the plan will be to do, while we wait for more content to come out, my alternative characters, like I did one episode of Star Trek Online Romulan, where I'm playing as a former Borg Romulan, going through the Romulan missions, which I will see if Drake wants to join me on. And then we'll do the Klingon missions, and depending on how those go, we will also do the Jem'Hadar background. Now, the difference with those is I'm only going to play up to where they'd change, because, as you know, you play the Romulan missions, and then eventually you get to the regular missions where you get sent off to Deep Space Nine or to help out with the Federation Klingon War, those sorts of things. Those won't be repeated because they're the same missions, but it'll just be, say for example, the Romulan missions, and then the differences that will be in with those. Then the Klingons, because there is an interesting introduction for the Klingon character missions, and then perhaps Jem'Hadar, and then maybe Temporal Agent and Discovery Agent, when those Temporal Agent running events are on again, because I do like playing as those Temporal Agent classes, but I prefer to get it, so I get some benefits to the rest of the account as well, which, if you're a smart Stowe player, you'd do as well. Just wait till there's an event on Generate New Characters, and you get some bonuses for every other character on, as well as that character. Things with the fleet are going well as well. We are slowly building up the fleet starbase, and I'm currently focusing on the research station so that I can get that up, because there's an extra little bonus you can get for your duty officers and your Admiralty system, as well as your R&D system, which I'd like for my main, so I can start pumping out gear for the fleet. As well as a load of other things, because it also gets access to a lot of fleet benefits as well. To that end as well, those of you who play Warframe with me, I may start doing a series on that after we finish the Stowe stuff. If you're interested, just let me know in the comments down below. And I've created a dojo. It's essentially the fleet faction variant on Warframe, and I've started garnering the resources for that. So if anyone wants to join me who plays Warframe, let me know. Just drop your DM me your name on there, and I'll send you a fleet invite and a friend request, because it's always good to have more players on Warframe, and the community on there is very good, because they will help people out. You do get some negative players, but they are few and far between, which is good. As well, there will be more content with the lads from Evo, who have been doing other stuff like Content Warning and Lethal Company with me, and that's been very enjoyable. Do you know what Nemesis means? Some of you will get that one. Santa still hasn't let that go. But I didn't know what that mask was, so that's on me, I suppose. But yeah, so that will continue as and when they switch between games, because they are a proper gaming community and they do switch between games at intervals. So when we roll back around to Lethal Company, you'll get more of that content, as well as more content warning content. I do like how content warning does actually generate a little clip at the end, like on YouTube. Makes it so much easier, and there's no editing unless there's problems. With YouTube's content and some of the swearing that my friends do at times when they have an instant with a creature that terrifies them. Right, so at some point as well, I do intend to bring back doing the book stuff. So where I'll talk about a book that I like I said when I was going to be doing the Misenchanted Sword, which, speaking of which, I do need to get back off my favourite artist, because I lent it to him. Hopefully he's finished it, and then I'll lend him the second one. And then I can go through that with people and basically introduce them to the Legends of Escher and Valdor of the Magic Sword. But yeah, okay. Any questions? Down in the comments below. Any suggestions? Also down in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for sticking around so far, guys. All 534 of you. And those of you who've jumped on in the last couple of days because of the music, thanks for being here. Sorry, I've kind of not been putting much effort into the content as recent, but we'll get back there. We'll get back to what I used to be doing, where I was pumping out several videos a week and do lots of gaming videos a week. Anyway, ta-ta for now.